Hello YouTube, this is Edmonkey and welcome to one of my emblem makers. Now today's emblem is going to be Ichigo Kurosaki from the anime Bleach, and you probably know what Bleach is if you are here to make the emblem, but maybe you just want to make an emblem that looks like you, and perhaps you look like Ichigo from the anime. So let's get started. So first off, we're just going to use a Hail Mary and we're going to make this black. Now let me explain how you get the Hail Mary. You have to throw a tomahawk across a map to kill someone, or long distance tomahawk. So what I found out when I watched back my theatre mode was I was throwing them too far. So just watching the theatre mode and see where they land, and then you'll soon find out. Mine was just going too far. You're actually surprised that you don't need to throw it so high, and you'll probably get it quite easy. Anyway, so the first one you make black, which is the background, make a copy of it and make it brown 9. Now let me explain. When I say brown 9, I mean brown 9, so it's the column brown for the colour, and then 9 down. So 9 happens to be actually the bottom of the column of this, because there's only 9 down, that's how it goes. So that's that one. Then we get a tongue, and we're going to make this brown 8. Now this is like a skin colour, and we're going to stick that there, and you're just going to flip it around, and you want to leave a light edge on the right hand side of the face there, so showing a bit of your layer 2. Next we get a cone, and I make these black. These are going to be your eyes. So what you want to do is have the rounded edge on the right hand corner or the left hand corner, depending on which eye you're doing. So the upper corner basically, and the 2 straight edges on the outside. Now what you need to do is you make the first one black, make a copy of it and put it on the other side. Then you make a copy of each of these and make it white, and then what you want to do is just shrink them down so that you have a black outline going around the white cone shapes. Then we get a private first class, and you make this black. And what you want to do with this again is you want to make it black because it's going to be the outline, and you're just going to put this kind of point in between the eyes, a point in the middle. You can use the grid like I did to get it in the middle, and it's kind of like the eyebrows. Then you make a copy of this and make this brown number 8, so skin color again, and you have to squish it in again, and just to cover up that middle point, and do diagonal black lines coming out so they look like eyebrowy kind of things, or the brow of the person. So the next shape we're going to use is going to be a curved line. Now you want to stretch and pull out the first curved line, and again these 2 shapes are going to be black because they're both curved lines. And the first one wants a tilted angle, just going up slightly to the right hand side. Then you make another curved line which is going to be slightly thicker and just kind of gives you that smirky look that we have in the picture like so, and you just kind of join those up, and you kind of want to make them, trying to almost make it a seamless join if you can. Now the next shape we use is just going to be half a circle, and you want to stick one in the one eye using the flat end at the top and obviously the rounded at the bottom. Make a copy of it, and again this is going to be black, and put that in the other eye. Then we get another curved line, but this is going to be brown number 2, so second one down on the brown column, and you put one in the one eye and you make it coming from the bottom edge like so. In the right hand side eye you make a copy of the original one, but you kind of squish it down a little bit and just kind of follow the shape on the right hand side of the eye. It's slightly different, it's just the difference of the light in the eye. It just gives it that kind of 3D kind of look of the light going in like so. Then we have a swoop, and you're going to make this white for the right eye, and you put that in there. That's like the white shimmer that you have. Next we have a bike ramp, and this again is going to be white, but this is going to be your kind of light shimmer in your left hand eye. And again you want to put the thick end on to the left and the thinner end going to the right on both shapes like so. Then we have half a short hair, which is going to be black. This is just because this is the outline, and I always find it easier to do the black colour first. And what you're trying to do here is just move it like I have the shape, and you want to get those 3 like short skinny end hairs, and you kind of squish and pull it to get it to this shape. And you want to kind of have them going through your eye, but you don't want to be covering up too much of the eye. You want it still to be seeming like the eye, but just coming through down the face like I have done there. Then we get a half a long hair, and again this will be black because again it is the outline. Now I thought I'd use half a long hair on the one side and half short on the other, because then it kind of breaks up the shape, whereas it looks too similar if you're just going to use 2 shapes and copy them over and then make it too symmetrical. It just doesn't look right. That's why I use the half a long hair. And you're just going to put that again, putting a little bit of the hair going into the eye. Make a copy of the half a long hair, so layer 19 that is, and you make this brown number 5, which ends up being an orange colour, because that's the colour of Ichigo's hair. I mean, if you don't want to make it Ichigo and just want to make a character that looks like this, you can use whatever colour you want for the hair. You make it a bit smaller, so you get that black outline. Then we make a copy of layer number 18, and again we make this brown 5, which is the orange, because that's Ichigo's hair. Make it a bit smaller, and you want to have the black outline just on the left hand side, because the light's coming in from the right hand side and the shadow will be on your left. Make another copy of layer 21 now, and make that brown number 6. So one lighter basically than the original hair colour, and you want to make it a bit smaller again, but this time you're not just making an outline, you're sticking it up a bit just where kind of the light's hitting the hair. That's the kind of shape you're going for, like that, and then you just stick it in there. Next shape we have here is the mane. Now I like using the mane for the nose, because this is going to be part of his nose, because it has a thicker end going to a thinner end. It kind of has that curved shape to the nose, but you do stretch it out a little bit, and again you make this black. Then you have a curved line, which you're going to make black as well, and you're just going to stretch and make this thin and make it come to the point. Now I use the middle line here to kind of have the point of my nose going down the middle, because it's quite a symmetrical shape his face is going to be, because he's kind of centered to the picture. Then we get a bone and we make this white, and again we stretch it out and just put it to the shape of the face like I am there. And I just want to have the thicker end coming on to the right hand side again, because this is where the light is, and then it's hitting the side of the nose like down the middle where your bridge of your nose is. That's kind of where you want to break it, so that's the middle line you want to follow again. But as you see here, I am moving actually layer 10 and 11 down, which is his mouth, because I thought it looked a bit too squashed up on his face, and I wasn't using the whole of his face shape. So if you've gone off the original picture, this won't be an issue, but if you've followed me step by step, and basically you're going to have to move yours down a bit as well, and fiddle around with it like I do here. It's just trying to get it back into the right shape. Again, you need to also move layer 23, 24 and 25, which is the mane and the curved line you just used, and the bone for his nose. So you're basically moving his nose and his mouth down a little bit just to utilise the whole shape of his face, because I found that I just kind of crammed it all up too high and it just didn't look right, so I have to just move it down a little bit. Right, what shape are we using now? Now this is a diamond. Now what you want to do is you want to get the one edge to follow the line of his eyebrow, which you use the private first class, I believe is the shape, and the other line of the diamond, so you want the point going to the middle of his nose and going straight down if you use the grid, the middle line, like I have done here. And this shape is going to be black, because it's like the shadow on the side of his face, and the reason you go underneath the first class is because the brow is higher, so it will hit the light. Now you're going to make this 30% opacity and move it to layer 12, because that's where you want to have it. Then I make a copy of the cone, which is going to be layer number 7, and you move it to layer 13, and it just gives that a bit more shimmer in the eye. Make it smaller obviously, because you just want it in the bit of the eye and have a bit of the white cover going through. Then the next shape we get here is going to be called Clean House, and I leave it as white when I'm fiddling around here. And you're just going to stick it behind his head, because these are like his clothes or shoulders, and I put it at a slight kind of tilted angle. Now what you use is black number 2 or shadow, whatever column you want to call it, the last column on the end with the black and the white on, and it's like a grey colour his top is, so that's what colour I use. Then we get a tongue, and we're going to move this to layer 2, and I'll just flip it round and I make this white because it has like a white coloury area. So this is the bit you're doing here. Now I found it a bit tricky trying to get the shape right here, because I've made the grey of the background the same colour, the grey of his top the same colour as the background, so it was a bit tricky. So if you maybe use a different colour and then fiddle around with it afterwards and then change the colour back later, you'll probably find it a bit easier. Then we get a windsock, and we make this one black, and we're going to move this to layer 3, and this is just going inside of the tongue, and this is going to be your outline for the kind of collar of his top. And you make a copy of it and you move this to layer 4 like I do there, and this is going to be brown number 8, same colour as his skin, and you're just going to stick that to give it like the outline of the black, and just put it in the middle. Make a copy of layer 1, you're going to make this black and move it all the way back to layer 1, because this is going to be behind the original as the outline. Now I hope you enjoyed the emblem. If you want to see any more emblems, I have loads on my channel. If you want to see other things I do like let's plays and gameplays, please subscribe. Edmonkey out.